sorry that song just cut off.
Oh, a little que sera, sera. That means my father's here telling us that everything's going to be okay. And it's, wait, Jim, but that's perfect. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. So are we on?
So good morning, I'm sorry.
Good morning. Good morning.
For those who don't know, we just had no cameras, no sound. Now we have everything.
Yay! Good. Well, welcome to ReneMarie's Stroke of Luck. I'm ReneMarie, and this is going to be an awesome show. And I say that every week, but it is the truth. Like, our shows are so jam-packed with information and friends and family members and stroke survivors and aphasia survivors and the family here in the studio, Jim behind the engineer studio and the founder of Village Connection Network, and it's going to be awesome today. And it's so funny because yesterday I was on Facebook. Of course, we're all on Facebook, scanning and looking and networking and everything, and it's such a great platform. But I was somebody calling you. But I was scanning through the stroke groups that I'm in, and I actually came across something that I think is such an exciting platform for us to be a part of. So I wanted to put it out to everybody. I was on the phone with Scott Goldstein yesterday, not on the phone, via text message, via Facebook, and I want everybody to see this, and I'm going to post this to my Facebook page as soon as I get a moment. But there's in search of aphasia patients, aphasia people that are dealing with communication situations. Let me read a little bit of it to you. Discovery Studio, the production company behind hit shows such as Little People, Big World, Seeking Sister Wives, Treehouse Masters, and many others, is currently casting nationwide for people with loved ones who have become nonverbal to be a part of an exciting new television program. I am so excited about that because that brings aphasia and the terminology and the experiences of it to the platform. And that I really believe that God takes care of us, because that rolls right into something that Judy, who is sitting to my right, and I will introduce formally in a little bit, really had a situation yesterday, and she was trying to locate locations in the Long Island area, and people didn't understand the terminology of aphasia. So to have this platform that the television industry is noticing is so important. It really excites me. It really excites me. And the other part of that is that it brings strokes and brain traumas and how the people got the aphasia to the forefront. So this is so exciting, so exciting. And when Judy's doing her little spotlight segment, I will post it to my Facebook page that everybody could share it and see it. And really, thank you so much to the television industry, to Scott, for posting that on Facebook in the aphasia groups. And if anybody is interested, please let me know. And we're going to hook Scott up with like the Adler's Aphasia Center and other locations that Judy has become aware of, so that we could really work on this together. So I am so excited about that. So stay tuned for more of that information. But thank you once again. This is awesome. It ties right into June. June is Aphasia Awareness Month. It ties right into our platform for the telethon, and maybe Scott could get some of the people that are involved with this television program onto our telethon next year. We can work together to really bring the awareness to the platform and to the forefront in the news. That's very exciting, very exciting. So I know you could tell I'm really excited. Because I yap. So welcome. Today's going to be a really awesome show. Damont and Dana from Michigan are Skyping back in. Are they Skyped in, Jim? They're on? Okay, that's great. We were having a little technical difficulties, but no problem. We can handle it. We wing it. Winging it is recommended and approved in my world. So Dana and Damont are in Michigan. They're going to be Skyping in. We're going to continue the conversation with them about Damont's AFib and his cardiovascular
procedure.
Yep, and adapting to a plant-based lifestyle, which is new to me. I had no idea. And that, rolling into that, is our expert, our consultant, Josh, who is, as far as we're concerned, he's an expert on that field, and he really has a lot of knowledge. He's lived it for how many years, Josh?
3 years since my stroke.
3 years. And when?
But I started learning about plant-based nutrition about 19 years ago.
Yes. Could you do me a favor? Could you could you move your chair that way, because I could see you and we can only see your side.
Okay.
Yes. I just want to make sure everybody sees you fully. So we tied everything in together, and honestly, it's like the last minute. Josh, we called you yesterday, right?
A couple of days ago.
Couple of days.
Maybe 2 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, we pull things together. So, like I said, winging it is recommended and approved in my world. But as always, I think, Judy, you want to do your spotlight segment before I do my singing?
You can sing first.
Okay.
We all enjoy your singing.
I love to sing. But I thought that as Dana and Damont on the screen, could you put Dana and Damont on the screen? And we'll say hi to them. And by the way, this is Josh Orland. Orlean. That you got to pardon me. Names, pronunciations is one of my weaknesses. But welcome to our show again, Josh.
Glad to be here.
Yes, and we're happy to have you. And you're always on the go and always, ready to help us and support us when we need you. So thank you so much. And of course, we have Judy Marlowe, my co-host and the everything to the show, and the one that really works very closely with me to pull it together. So.
Thank you.
Hi, Damont.
Hello, Damont. Hi, Dana.
Is Damont?
Damont?
Can you hear us, Damont?
I can see you, but I can't hear you.
I can't hear him.
It looks like he's waving.
We can't hear you. Can you text him? All right. So I'm going to sing. And let me work into my singing. I thought that a really great song to sing today would be "Day by Day," because Damont is a minister in a church down in Michigan, and faith is really important to all of us. It doesn't matter what faith. It doesn't matter what you believe in, as long as you hold on to something when you go through these struggles in life. But we wanted to kind of lift our voices and really bring everybody together and really hold strong to the power of faith, because Damont is going to be going in for a surgical procedure on the 26th. Yes. So we figured we'd all join together and we'd all sing. So can you hear us out there, Damont? Can you hear me? You could probably hear me over the show, right? So, all right. So I'm gonna sing, and hopefully they could all join in and lift their voices. Otherwise, you can always do it later on, because with this world, you can do things. So, okay, Jim. And pardon my Sunday morning voice.
It's always good.
Sound issue on here, Renee. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. This isn't my day, but it's coming together.
Day by day. Here we go. Day by day. Day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, Weightlifting the Voices song, right?
That worked.
Is Damont on?
He's here. We're going to try something. You guys just keep talking for 1 second.
Okay, so let's get into, since Josh took a very interesting trip.
Oh, I wanted to do my.
Oh,
spotlight.
yes.
Let's
Could
not
Judy
forget.
do, thank you for reminding me. Can Judy do her spotlight segment, Jim?
Certainly.
Hi, I'm Judy Morrow. We often mention the Adler's Aphasia Center in Maywood, New Jersey, who we're very impressed with. And in addition, I would like Long Islanders to know about the Stroke and Brain Aneurysm Center of Long Island, located at 1175 Montauk Highway, Suite 6, West Iceland, under the leadership of Dr. Kaiman Berkowitz. To make an appointment, call 631-422-5371. They work with patients who have experienced brain aneurysms, strokes, brain and spine tumors, and many other diseases and interventions. Our Long Island Brain Aneurysm and Stroke Support Groups meet at Good Samaritan Hospital Medical Center at 1000 Montauk Highway, West Iceland, in the Patio Cafe, first floor by the employees' cafeteria, every 4th Tuesday of each month. You can check them out at www.strokecarelongisland.com. That's www.strokecarelongisland.com. Also on Facebook under Long Island Brain Aneurysm and Stroke Support Group. This is a closed group for patients and their families. Outpatient locations, the central one is West Iceland. Their other centers are in Smithtown, Port Jefferson, and Plainview. Next, I'd like to mention the True North Center at 1551 Pacific Avenue, Santa Ana, California.
Rosa.
Santa
Rosa.
Rosa. My mistake. Thank you, Josh. That our consultant and stroke survivor Josh Orlean recently visited and will talk about during this show. True North Center has an integrative medicine approach offering participants the opportunity to obtain evaluation and treatment for a wide variety of health problems. They have programs of education, a learning center, clinic, and services. The staff includes medical doctors, osteopaths, chiropractors, psychologists, research scientists, and other health professionals. The doctors have extensive experience in evaluation and conservative management of high blood pressure, diabetes, autoimmune diseases, and a wide range of other health conditions. Participants come to fast and detoxify, lose weight, and make diet and lifestyle changes while enjoying a healthy, promoting diet derived from whole, natural foods. They mention 4 major components of healthy living: diet, what and how we eat; environment, how we select and modify our surroundings; activity, how we exercise, rest, and sleep; and psychology, how we view others and interact with others. And before airtime, Josh mentioned to me about looking in my notes for this.
You wrote it on the right side of one of your pages.
Yeah, I know. I think it's back here.
Yes.
The
Ladge.
Speech Hearing Center on Long Island at the Long Island University CW Post Campus. And Josh will talk more about that in a few moments. And that concludes my spotlight on places you can receive support and guidance as you heal and improve your life. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Because that's the way Judy's. That's
Thank you.
when you
Thank you very much.
When you call Judy's, that's the way her voice message reads. Because her husband is an Elvis tribute artist. What's that?
Let's see if we can.
Oh, let's see if we can hear our friend Damont. Damont.
Hello.
Yay!
Hi,
Damont's
Damont. Hi,
mom.
Dana.
Hello, everyone.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these up here so that. Oh, can you hear out of those? Yeah. Can you hear Damont?
I can
Okay,
hear.
perfect. So, hi, Damont. Welcome.
Hey, Renee, how are you doing today?
I'm wonderful because I'm visiting with you on Skype. How are you? How you feeling? How's it going?
I'm feeling good.
Good.
Ready to start the day, and always a pleasure being on the show.
Yeah, we love having you. You're one of our co-hosts. We have a whole platform here of co-hosts and spotlight and roundtable discussion going on. So let's start out with your Afib that you're scheduled to have a procedure this coming Thursday. Is it 26th? When is it? Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
And what time is the scheduled to be?
At 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Okay, so we'll pray all day and we'll pray, but we'll really keep our intentions highly motivated for 2 o'clock.
Thank you so much.
And last time you went in, they actually rescheduled it. Why did they reschedule it?
My blood was a little bit too thick.
Your blood was too thick.
So they had to thin my blood down.
Wow. And you know what's funny? But we didn't know this until I just told Josh. But Josh has AFib as well, right, Josh?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. And you never needed a procedure or anything?
No, but I was put on medicine for it.
Okay.
And they found out that I had AFib. I had a stroke almost 3 years ago.
Right.
And they could not determine what caused it. They thought it might be AFib, and they had implanted a device in my chest by my heart. And 18 months later, they called me to say, "You have AFib.
Wow.
We want you to come in."
It took that long.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I haven't had another experience since then, but I've been on some medicine for it.
Right.
And I was lucky enough also through my research, one of the doctors that I turned to for advice let me know about an inexpensive app that I have on my phone. There's a company called HeartMath that you could look up. There are books on it. There's a Audible book on the same subject, and it's a program that allows you through breathing to somehow affect the way that your brain is operating and through breathing and the way the heart is operating. And she had told me that this is one of the few things that she's found that really makes a difference.
Wow.
And I was lucky enough to find a practitioner who has a background in biofeedback and that. And I have been meeting with him. He's in Great Neck, New York.
Wow. I think we'll schedule to have you on and we'll practice it. Right.
Okay.
We'll play it. And Damont, you can actually be a part of that show. That'd be pretty interesting to have something that we could all work on together, because I'm sure that even though it's geared towards AFib, it probably helps in the breathing and breathing and meditation and really keeping yourself tranquil and center is really an important aspect of life. Never mind
Would
AFib.
that help if you had an irregular heartbeat?
I can't see it doing damage.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So let's do our homework on it, and let's
yes,
and maybe we can contact the so we'll do that. Do that
definitely.
Hey, Damont. So this is the first diagnosis of AFib for you. Am I correct?
Other than before my stroke, you know.
Oh, you knew you had AFib.
After my stroke, they stated that was 23 years ago.
Right.
And they stated that I had AFib.
Right. And you're actually going for the same procedure that Kathy, one of our board members, had. And can you explain how the procedure operates?
Okay, well, they put a mild anesthesia. I can't.
That's okay.
Anesthesia. Yeah, and then they will put some pads on his chest and just mild shock your heart, put him back on rhythm.
Right. So, and like I said, Kathy Walker, who was invited to be on the show today, she had a prior engagement. Last minute, of course, we invited her. She's doing much better. So that's a good
good to hear.
Good to hear. You know that your path is well. You know. So, did you want to say something?
No, I was just saying. I didn't think that this procedure was going to be really evasive or anything. That I think I had a lot of things with the fear of it. You know, having.
Well, we're saying the sound.
Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
We can barely hear you, Damont.
Okay.
It's not because of the way you're speaking.
okay,
It's because of the sound.
Okay, so I was just, I think I was more of a fear of the unknown, of going through the procedure again for these 23 years of this stroke.
Right.
You know. So,
Yeah, we can understand that.
Yeah. So, but I'm glad that I have a good support system. And, you know, just having the faith in God right now, you know.
Yeah. That's. You know, I'm gonna sing a song that I'm in the process of writing.
Oh.
I've been in the process of writing for about 20 years now. but I want you to hear this because, and nobody knows it, and please don't steal it from me because I'm saying here and now it's my song and we'll have it recorded. But when I always got into a fear mode, I'd always close my eyes and sang, I give it up to you, oh Lord, I give it up to you, I give it up to you, oh Lord, I give it up to you, I give it up to you, oh Lord, I give it up to you, I give it up to you, oh Lord, I give it up to you. So there was many people that I've shared that with, that when they closed their eyes and they were going for anesthesia, they were not worried about it. They were singing that song in their mind. So please remember it so that you could do the same. You hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. So, you know, I was very surprised, and not surprised, but I was very excited and I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but when you mentioned the eating change that you're having, talk to us about that.
Well, you know, I wanted to get to the point where I can do a natural facial. You know, my wife and I, we watch documentaries all the time, and we watched the documentary Forks Over Knives. Yep.
And you know what? Josh told me about that, and I watched it. Yes.
And it really changed my entire life of what I need to eat. We watched the documentary 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Wow.
I lost over 10 pounds by a
very good
plant-based diet.
Wow. Well, you know, and the truth is that Josh has been on many shows. I think the last 2 years you've been on our telethon and our shows and stuff.
About 3 or 4.
Yeah, and he has. Yeah. He honestly, he's an honest, you know, lives, breathes it, and that's you're just a confirmation that it does work, and that you're trying to go for the the eating over the surgeries.
Yes.
So what have you begun? What like? How do you follow that? I mean, what program are you following?
no meat, no red meat, just basically anything plant-based, all vegetables. We have, my wife has a wide array of veterinarian, vegan diets and dinners and everything, and I feel so much better.
Wow. Wow. Josh, talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay. So forks over knives made a big difference in my life as well. And anybody that I know that is interested in finding out about what it is and how it works, I think it's a great entry point. And it has a number of key players in the field, doctors who embrace that lifestyle way of eating as a way of supporting the body and taking care of itself. So it's not just that you're turning your life over to medicine and surgery, but you get to be an active player in how your days go by. And I was afraid. I mean, the doctors wanted to do an angiogram and place stents in my heart, which I eventually got done, but I wasn't so quick to jump on the bandwagon. I wanted to see what I could do through the food choices.
Right.
So, that's great that you've taken that on. And the doctors that are in that documentary, really, many of them have free websites that you can go to. We can get you through Renee the list of books and documentaries and organizations. There's even a national grassroots effort to educate people.
I'll connect both of you, Damont. I'll connect you with Josh, you and Dana and Josh, so that you can, just do your thing and live, healthier lifestyle. Josh is really, he's totally in it, and he wants to. That's why he's here today, and that's why he's done many of our shows, because one of his passion and purpose in life is to bring healthy lifestyle eating to the world. So, and he does a great job.
His wife Debbie has also been here.
Yes, his wife Debbie as well. She's incredible. And wanted to mention, Damont, that one of the things that exciting is you're doing as a family, and that really helps. And Debbie as well did it as well. Was she a part of it before you? Did she know about the healthier lifestyle before?
We've been together since 2003. So many of the big changes that I made in my diet, she was along for the ride.
Right.
A really big support. It's not easy to make the transition, but it's doable.
Right.
And we don't eat exactly alike, but we really support each other.
Yeah. And you know what the truth is, and this is what we say all the time is, if you do it 90% of the time, you can have the flexibility, but it's a choice that you make. Some people live at 100%, some people, but at least you're making an effort to try to live a healthier lifestyle. And we're really happy for you, Damont, and anything we can do, we're around you to help you. And then you're going into this surgery like Josh did, prepared for it. They didn't do it the first time, and maybe God didn't want it done that day, He wanted it done. It wasn't right. The timing wasn't right. And I'm happy that you guys followed your instinct and the doctor's instinct and stuff, So is Dana around? Is she going to be on in a little bit?
She's sitting right here.
Oh, okay. So, well, just let us finish up with yourself, and then we'll slide her in to talk about faith and to talk about what she's doing. But I want Josh to talk a little bit about this experience he had. He traveled to the True North Health Center in Santa Rosa, California, and it was a wonderful experience. And while I'm thinking about it, our mission, our job is not to provide recommendations to you, or because I say this all the time, but every single stroke experience is so different. It's so different. And someone just texted me the other day, a very compassionate gentleman, and I don't want to share too much of his story because he shared some information about his girlfriend that had a stroke. But he said it's like a snowflake. Every single stroke is different. It's like a snowflake. So, and that's a good song, right?
Yes.
That I'm
You're
writing.
going to write it?
Yes, I am going to write it about a stroke and snow being like a snowflake. But our job is just to provide information for you and your family to do your research and to really reach out and find the place that works for you, because there's a whole bunch of different places, right, Damont, down in Michigan as well. You know all the places down in Michigan. Maybe we'll do a Michigan day. You can come on and share your Michigan locations and stuff. What do you think?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay, good. So,
Damont, we have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Renee, he's in Michigan?
He's in Michigan.
Oh, that's where my son is right now.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
you should hook them
He's
up.
there for a concert. He's staying at some place where they're having a concert. He's in a tent right now.
Really?
Yeah. Him and his girlfriend went last night.
What tent?
I'm going to find out. I'm not sure what the name of the concert is. It's a big event.
Jim is going to find out. Maybe you can meet him.
Yeah, I'll look you guys up.
Yeah. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about it, Josh.
Okay. Before I do, I just want to mention a little bit about LADGE, the Speech and Hearing Center.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I had gone for...
Which is in Long Island.
Right. LIU CW Post Campus. And after I had gone through speech therapy, the big question is, okay, now what can I do? And I did some research and I found out that the LADGE Speech and Hearing Center has an aphasia group where people in a very safe environment get to be together. They sometimes play games, but just it makes speaking inside of a crowd much safer and more comfortable.
Glad you shared that with me.
That was one you were a part of, right?
Yes.
Am I correct?
And
yes.
I've recently stopped attending. I go back as a visitor because I have a relationship with the people there. But they have students who are in their master's program being trained to be speech therapists.
Wow.
So they work with both in the group and one-on-one.
Wow.
So that's really wonderful. It's a great resource. And I have the director's name, the teacher who runs the aphasia group. I also have that available.
I'd like to interview him and have him as a guest on our show.
And they're both hers.
Okay.
I'd like to interview
yes. Well, why don't we post that online?
Okay.
Post it on my Facebook page.
Sure.
So that I can, but I do want to share something with you because, as technical as this all is and, it's in the world, but I want to share with everybody something Stacy said last week, and is, when you're a stroke patient and you've had a brain trauma, and Josh and Damont can confirm this, what, you're kind of afraid to talk out in public because
you're nervous about it.
Yeah, and the way that people perceive you and look at you, right, Damont?
Yeah.
And so when you have a center or a location to go, it's like those walls come down,
and it gives you confidence.
Yeah, and you feel comfortable. Damont, did you go to a place like that?
Yes, I attended a stroke group in Farmington Hills. It's called First Step Stroke Group. It really helped me to motivate myself and just be around other survivors.
Yeah.
What I loved about that group, it was once a week instead of once a month like most of these stroke groups are. So it kind of gave me an outlet every week for me to do something, because most stroke survivors are isolated and they only get minimal therapies and everything. Just like with me, I did 2 years of rehab, and after your rehab, you have to do it on your own, basically.
Yeah.
But now you have your own support group with other individuals who's going through the same situation in your life.
Damont, I shared your what is it? The stroke survivor.
Okay.
Strength
Network.
What is it, Damont?
the Survivor Network.
Survivor Network with that gentleman I was talking to you, not talking to you about, but I shared your Survival Network with him. So, so Josh, tell us a little bit. Thank you for telling us about that place, because you've experienced it and really it helped you to have confidence, and you speak so well.
And I still have challenges. Just Friday morning, I was reading something to a group of close friends, and it was embarrassing. But I was the one that had the problem. People that care about you, they're much more generous. So True North. So I have been on blood pressure medicine, and on each bottle, each container, it says could cause drowsiness, could cause dizziness. And I was experiencing fatigue, and I would speak to the pharmacist who said it's not the medicine, and then I would speak to my doctor, my cardiologist, and he would say you just have to learn to live with it. And that was not this leads into True North, why I went there. So True North was a way, from what I'd heard from friends, of making some big changes in my eating habits to see if it can reduce my dependence on the medicine. And so being on 3 blood pressure medicines, all 3 saying could cause fatigue, I ended up, as an experiment, they cut my dosage in half of one of the meds.
Wow.
And then there's a statin drug for cholesterol levels. They also cut that in half.
Wow.
And I saw an increase in my energy.
Wow.
And I also experienced, the doctors and nurses would check your blood pressure, take other vital statistics. Like at the second day there, they took blood tests, and they also did an EKG to see where I am when I start out. I was there for 12 days.
Wow.
The food was incredible. We could even post some of the pictures of the food.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's just mind-blowing. And what was wonderful was that it isn't just about stroke and heart attack. People with a huge range of different kinds of health concerns go there to see if eating this case it was organic, whole food, plant-based diet. And they have a master chef and staff. So every day you're walking out with so much food, and they encourage you to eat so much. I even said to the founder, I think I'm eating too much food.
Right.
He asked me, are you losing weight? I lost 9 pounds in the 12 days I was there.
Wow.
And I ate for 2 of me.
Give us, Damont, you lost 10 pounds. Give us like a day of your eating.
Okay.
Damont.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. We have, my wife has, we have range up of vegetables, asparagus. We have Thai food, tofu, tempeh, seitan, and it's one that you will never know. You know that it's not really a meat, but she seasons it well, and it's texture, vegetable, protein. So I'm trying to get all the lingo and the words and everything for that. But however, it really changed my whole perspective of health.
Wow.
You know,
wow.
and my chest and everything feels so much better.
Wow, that's awesome, Damont. Damont, while Josh gives us his day in that eating at the True North Health Center, can you switch with Dana? So, because I know you got to switch with Dana, because I want to interview Dana a little bit before we run out of time. I think we only have 15 minutes left. 15 minutes. Okay. Okay. So give us a day in the life.
Okay. So breakfast could be old-fashioned rolled oats that I cook in a combination of apple cider and water with raisins and chopped apples.
Wow.
And then I'll add maybe a little bit of almond milk too.
Wow.
So that's breakfast. Lunch can be salad. There are so many books. I'll give you that list.
Yes.
Of so many cookbooks, celebrity chefs, just incredible doctors who've also embraced educating people about how to make it fun and taste good. Because if it didn't taste good, I wouldn't do it very long.
You wouldn't. Yes.
So, but there's some practices that they had me take on that I'm in the process of mastering, which is to begin every day with 2 glasses of water. To have 8 glasses every day, like if you have it before lunch, before dinner, before 6 o'clock, you're finished drinking the water, so you're not running to the bathroom at night.
Yes.
And to have a salad before every meal, which to me struck me as weird, especially for breakfast. But I have pictures of the plate that I have where there's a big salad. They had 3 different dressings to choose from: fruit salad, mushrooms, beets, and then they had 4 hot plates to choose from at every meal.
Wow.
And they literally encouraged everyone
to eat
everything.
Yeah.
And my plates were always empty by the time I was done.
Wow. I just want to interject. The cost of staying at the center.
It's unbelievable. For a room and food and the doctor's services, it starts at $149 a day.
Wow, that's incredible.
And I was there 12 days. It cost a couple, like $400 more for the medical aspect of it. But, and all the food you can eat. And there's such a wonderful community that pulls together instantly. People don't freely talk about health problems. But here it's like, you ask anybody, what are you here for?
And now you have a network of people.
Yeah.
All across the country that you can talk to that have become your friends.
Even New Zealand, England.
Wow. Wow.
So it's a really great resource. We'll post it.
Does insurance cover any of the medical?
I'll find out because I just put an application in.
Yeah. So we're curious because, sometimes people don't have the finances to support them.
Yeah.
And, that's what our foundation is trying to, our next 5-year plan is really to engage in that aspect of it, and to help stroke survivors and aphasia patients when their insurance has run out. But there's another part of that when people don't have insurance, and I know you have to have insurance, and that's a whole different, the networking politics thing. And with me, politics and legal and insurance should get out of the way, and your health is the most important thing, because without our health, we don't have anything. Hi, Dana.
Hello.
Hi, Dana.
Dana's. Let me show what Dana's right here.
Oh, great.
So Dana, this is Josh.
Hi, Dana.
Hi, Josh. How are you?
Great to hear your voice and your husband.
Good, you too.
So do you know Judy? Dana, have you ever met Judy before?
I've seen her. I have an advantage because I've seen her on the show.
Yes.
But I don't think she's seen me before.
Yes. Well, welcome to the show from the studio, because we've done many shows from my New Jersey studio.
Yes.
And it's a blessing, and I love having you on a Sunday morning.
Thank you.
And of course, before we go, we're definitely going to say a prayer for everybody, the universe. That's exactly what I wrote in the press. Did you see the press that I put out?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Thank you.
So, so talk to us a little bit about you've begun what's it called? A true plant-based lifestyle. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, I started. I guess I should say I tinkered in it in high school, way back in high school, with well, they call it pescatarian. They didn't have a name for it back then. We're going back almost 30 years. And what happened with me is that I saw a video on the treatment of animals, and it was just horrible. And so I started in high school, went on and went in my first marriage, and I had my son. The doctor said that I needed protein and this and that, so I started eating meat again. Well, I kept that up, and I've never miss meat when I don't have it. It's just never something that I needed to have.
Right.
And my parents used to tease me when I was young and said that I was going to be a vegetarian because I could not stand fat. If I had a morsel of fat, my meal was ruined. And so it's something that's probably always been there.
Right.
Well, as I entered in ministry and started studying the Word more, and I saw right there in Genesis chapter 1, I want to say verse 29, it says that God has given us every seed-bearing plant and fruit for food. It's right there. So we are beings created to be vegetarian. There's a grace that He allowed us, and that's a whole different subject. But we're created to be herbivores. So it stands to reason that our bodies digest better. We thrive. We have more energy. Our minds are more focused. And so there were several stints throughout my life where I, again, went with pescatarian, vegetarian, back and forth. Well, now with Damont having this issue with his heart, it's just logical.
Right.
Stay with the point, a plant-based diet.
Right.
There's just such benefit to legumes and protein. You're gonna get protein regardless. That's people's main argument. You need protein, and it comes from meat. Protein comes from our vegetables. It comes from our beans. It comes from our grains, and we need to really focus on that.
Wow.
Again, just with digestion alone. The meats are not even processed the same way. So for me, I guess I would say it's definitely a health issue. But before that, it's an ethical reason.
Yeah.
The way that the animals are abused, even raised to be, I understand they're raised to be slaughtered. I understand they're raised for food. But if you just watch some of the ways the behaviors, I guess I should say, in the slaughterhouses, it's atrocious.
I know.
And if you're a lover of animals at all, there's just a way to make them change. And I think the more of us, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna ask Josh, and I forget what exactly the movie, but you could see that in the Fork Over Knife, right? You see the slaughterhouses and stuff.
I think that there's some of that, but there are other documentaries that focus more on that.
Yeah, I mean the truth is, Dana, that when I have eaten meat and chicken less and less and less, and I think I eat it 10% of the time now, and only because when I put it to my mouth, I think about what I'm eating.
Right.
I do. I think about what I'm eating, and I just can't bring myself to do it. So with me, it's more about the animals than me eating
exactly.
Eating healthy. Although I do eat healthy, but like it's scary. It's sad.
There is.
Well, you know what? Oh, go ahead.
The documentary "What the Health" is a recent documentary that I think focuses more on that aspect of it.
Did you ever see that one?
Also, I did, and there's also, if you go on YouTube and just search the best speech you've ever heard, and I'll look it up while we're on, but his first name is Gary. And he does an excellent job. He's been an ethical vegan for many years. He's from Michigan, and he's great. But like I said, I'll look it up before we get off, or type it in.
Okay. Well, you can always, you can type it in.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, in a little bit. I just want to talk to you about the surgery that Damont will scheduled for on. It's a procedure more than a surgery. Am I correct?
Right. Yes.
Procedure on Tuesday, and how he's feeling and your support system, because you're a really wonderful support system aside from being a wonderful minister who has written over 20 books and we'll
16. I'll take that, but 16.
I was writing the press, and I think it said 14 or 15. I said, it's got to be over. I added over before. I said, because it was a year ago that I wrote that press. So I'm like,
right.
she's got to have more now, you know?
Yeah, I have more now. But yes, speak those things in art as though they are. So they're coming.
Yes. But, you know, I say this all the time, and I'm going to mention it to Judy, that I do want to book Damont Dana on for her books.
Yes.
And Damont and Dana, take a trip up here. We would love to. We would love to. And you could stay with me. You don't have to buy a hotel.
I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Okay, great. That's one of the things that Damont has not said, I don't think. We're getting ready to hit the road. We have renovated our RV. And years ago, I lived, worked, and traveled in my RV.
Yes.
There's absolutely nothing like it.
Yes.
And so, again, with Damont and any health issues that are going on, we are getting our business in order, hitting the road, and just travel the country for a few years.
Touch the world.
It's the most relaxing experience in the world. Our country is so beautiful, and when you can just get out there and really see it on the road. So we are definitely going to head your way, and we'll be in our RV.
Oh, that's so good. Well, then you can stop by our place. Well, let us know, because Judy will schedule you in, because we really want to have you on and make sure that we touch everything. Here? Okay. So we're going to have to close out because the next show is in-house. But before we go, Dana, could Damont come on the screen, and you as well? I want you to pray us out.
Okay, I'm going to see if he can fit. If you see my background here, this is where I teach.
Oh, okay.
And so, so you can see the little ABC.
Yes.
So I teach the English online to the children in China.
Yes,
and so that's why it's elementary back here.
Yes.
But it's kind of tight, so I'm going to see if he can squeeze in.
Okay. And while you're trying to do that, I'm going to thank everybody for joining us today. And it really is important, aphasia and strokes, and really we have this platform to educate people and to bring some new aspects into the life, and the way of eating, the true, what is it called, the
True North.
No, the
plant-based.
Plant-based whole food is really an aspect that it can't hurt anybody to investigate and really to try, because it's not medicine. It's nothing that will hurt you. So, you know, we recommend you do your homework and you investigate it, and you know, if it works for you, to really go with it, because it's a great area.
There's also I briefly mentioned there's a grassroots, national, even international organization free to join called Plant Pure Communities. Wow. And there are chapters. If you go to that website, you'll find chapters possibly in your own backyard.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, thank you for stopping by today.
My pleasure.
We'll be calling on you again.
Okay.
Always.
Judy, thank you for everything you always do for us and for the foundation and for the Stroke of Luck. And Damont and Dana, it's always a pleasure to see both of you, and we love you, and we're so happy, and we're going to keep you in our prayer day by day song to lift you up. And remember that song that I sang, that I shared with you publicly for the first time. And I'm going to record it one day. And Dana, just two minutes on your prayer, and then we'll blow our kisses. Go for it.
All righty. Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, we come to you, Lord God, giving you thanks and praise and honor and glory, Heavenly Father, for this day, for this show, for the technology that you give us to use for you, the resources that you use, Father God, to connect your people, Lord God. We ask you, Father, to bless not only those in the studio, Lord God, and us here, Lord God, but everyone under the sound of my voice, Lord God, everyone who will tune into this months and even years from now, Lord God. Meet everyone at the point of their need, Lord, and we will be careful, Father God, to give you all the thanks, the honor, the glory, and the praise. In Jesus' blessed name, we thank you, we praise you, We lift you up, we honor you, and we adore you. And we all say together, amen,
Amen.
amen,
Amen.
and amen.
Let's blow our kisses. Bye, everybody. Have a blessed Sunday.
Bye.
Bye. Stay on the line.